guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel, and in this video I will share the overall lesson learned taught by Prof. Roy Sembel. And in this video I will share with you the mind mapping of the corporate finance class. Hope you like and enjoy the video. Okay, these are the mind mapping of corporate finance. As you can see, I divided into 4 segments. The first is principal, and then corporation, government, and the investor. So we put principle to get the basic understanding of the corporate finance, and then we put 3 actors. They are corporation, and then government, and lastly investor. So this is the mind mapping, and let's go into the detail one by one. Okay, the first principle is 4 cornerstones of corporate finance. The first is core of value principle. The value is driven by returns on capital and growth and cash flow. Second is conservation of value principle. You cannot critique value by rearranging claims on cash flows. Third, expectation treadmill principle. The more investor expect of your share price, the better you must perform to keep up. Lastly, base owner principle, a business value depends upon its owner capabilities. Next principle is we learn about the time value of money. And the time value of money, receiving $1 today is worth more than $1 in the future due to opportunity cost. The opportunity cost of receiving $1 in the future is the interest we could have earned if we had received the $1 sooner. At this, we learn about the compounding if we translate $1 today into its equivalent in the future, and discounting translate $1 in the future into its equivalent today. Next, we learn about the capital budgeting. Actually, it is the decision-making criteria if whether we can accept or reject a long-term investment proposal. Actually, the concept are estimate expected future cash flow, evaluated to the project based on capital budgeting evaluation criteria, and decide whether or which project is good or bad. We learn about the payback period, about how many years does it take to cover initial investment, but it has a disadvantage because it cannot consider all cash flow, time value of money, and required rate of return. So that we learn about NPV, PI, and IRR, or internal rate of return. Next, we learn about the international financing. They are forex market, spot market, and forward market. At the forward market, we learn about the future contract, options, and arbitrage. Okay, now we will see the perspective for the corporation. The first is the good corporate governance. There are 5 pillars: transparency, accountability, responsibility, independency, and fairness. Actually, the objective is to give the company better image, better performance, and sustainable and significant value creation. Next, about the 5 business essential from Ramcharan. They are cash, profit margin, velocity, growth, and customer focus. This is the 5 business essential that the CEO must know about the company or objective. And the next, we learn about the financial management. Actually, financial management is the optimal orchestration of internal and external financial resources towards significant and sustainable value creation. The first, we learn about the capital structure. It's about the percentage of debt to equity ratio. Actually, the debt is tax deductible, but the higher debt, we will have the financial distress. So the company should get the optimal value about the debt to equity ratio. Then we learn about the LBO case. It is very interesting discussion. Next, we learn about the working capital management, asset structure, revenue management, cost management, cash flow management. At the cash flow management, we focus on 5 principles of cash management. They are increasing account receivable, and to have a low inventory, how to manage liabilities, how to manage large investment, and then how to invest idle cash. Next, we learn about the fraud risk management. And the fraud risk management, there are 3 types: corruption, asset misappropriations, and fraudulent statement. There are 3 angles about the fraud: rationalism, opportunity, and pressure. The next is about the 4 incentive, how to minimize the risk. They are physical, monetary, social, and moral. And the next, we also learn about the ethical behavior, ethic or legal. So we need to be careful about the unethical but legal, and ethic but illegal. And the next, for the corporation point of view, we learn about issues in finance. At this point, we learn from the movie about the issues in finance. And next, we learn about the dividend policy. Actually, there still has a debate about the dividend. Should publicly listed companies pay dividend? Actually, in the stock returns, can we get from the capital gain and dividend yield? But there still has a dilemma. So dividend policy really involves two decisions: how much of the firm's earnings should be distributed to shareholders as dividends, and how much should be retained for capital investment. And next, at the government perspective, we learn about the Sovereign Wealth Fund, or SWF. It is a state-owned investment fund comprised of money generated by the government, often derived from a country's surplus reserve, to provide benefits for a country's economy and its citizens. Actually, we divide it into 4 categories. The first is stabilization funds. It is funds set aside by a government to shield the country from economic shocks. And next is future generation fund, to have enough money to cater to the emerging costs of the elderly population. And then reserve investment fund, it is funds set aside for investment purposes, with the primary goal is to generate funds that can be put into long-term investment with high yields. And then lastly, pension reserve fund, it is money set aside to finance a country's pension system. Okay, finally we go deeper into the perspective of the investor. The first, we have type of investment, and they are mutual funds, government and corporate bonds, shares of publicly listed companies, share of private companies, asset-backed securities, REITs or property, commodities like gold, forex, and derivative like options. We also learn about the personal financing plan. There are several categories. The first is emergency funds, and short to medium term, medium to long term, and if we have extra money, we can put into the discretionary funds or hedge funds. Next, the most important thing is about investment strategy. Actually, it is divided into 2 strategy. The first is active investing, and then the second is passive investing. At the passive investing, we just follow the market. But at the active investing, we have to do some analysis. There are fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and then market or investor sentiment. Before that, we learn about the Warren Buffett tenets, and their business tenets, management tenets, financial tenets, and the market tenets. So go back into the active investing. The first is fundamental analysis. At the fundamental analysis, we see there are quantitative and qualitative analysis. At the quantitative analysis, we can do analysis at the macro, industry, and the company. At the industry, we can get some tools, DuPont analysis, to compare one industry to another industry. And the company, we have to do portfolio analysis, their intrinsic value analysis. We ensure the value of the intrinsic value compared to the market price. If the value of intrinsic value is higher than market price, we can buy. Vice versa, if the value is lower than market price, then we can sell. Next, we learn about the correlation, beta, capital asset pricing model, and WACC. Next, the most important thing is about the financial statement of the company. We have some ratio that need to be analyzed. They are market ratio, liquidity ratio, efficiency ratio, leverage ratio, and profitability ratio. We can see, for example, at the market ratio, we can learn about the earning per share and dividend per share. And then, for example, at the profitability ratio, we can see the operating profit margin, net profit margin, operating income, return on investment, return on asset or ROA, and return on equity. Next, besides fundamental analysis, we have to do some technical analysis. At the technical analysis, we have to identify the chart, because we believe that there is repetitive at the movement of the stock price. So we do some analysis, their momentum or reversal, trend, support, resistance, gap, triangle, and etc. So that's all the lesson learned I got from corporate finance class. And special thanks to Prof. Roy Sembel for facilitating us in a fun and creative way, and also all of my friends who make the class live. Thank you for watching. See you and bye.